Hey guys, it's Phantom from themagicrafter.com. Today's video is going to be a super duper fast one. We're going to be making this beautiful antique looking paper here, and it's literally going to take you about 5 minutes to create, and you won't need many materials. This paper is great for using for different crafts. It's very versatile, and you can use it for anything from creating pirate treasure maps to writing notes, or even use it as drawing paper. I think it's super pretty, and I think everyone should know how to make this because it's super fun. So let's get started with this tutorial, and you'll be on your way to having so much of this fantastic looking antique paper. It is amazing. I have stashes of it everywhere, and I use it for literally everything. Can't get enough of it. Let's get started. Before starting this tutorial, it's important to make sure that you have everything you need. You will need a piece of wax paper to set underneath a stack of paper towels. You will need a piece of white computer paper or any other type of paper you would like to use. I cut the computer paper in half because I like the smaller size better, but you can keep it full sheet or you can cut it however small you would like. In addition to the paper, you will need a mixing bowl or a shallow pan. I was going to use a pan, but it was really dirty looking and it didn't fit on my display shelf thing up here, so we're going to use this bowl. And you will also need some strong brewed tea or coffee. It works best if it's warm or hot, and depending on if you use coffee or tea or whatever type of tea you decide to use, your paper may turn out a little bit different in color. Oh, and if you leave your paper in the hot liquid for a very long time, it will get darker and darker and darker, so keep that in mind. You can play around with the colors and see what kind you like best. The first part of DIYing your own antique paper is to take your tea and to pour it into your bowl. You can leave the tea bags in if you'd like, but you don't have to. Next, take your piece of paper and lay it down in the tea or coffee or whatever you're using. It doesn't matter if it gets a little wrinkled up. That'll create more of a kind of roughed up look to your end product. But be careful if your tea or coffee or whatever liquid you're using is very hot. You might want to use a spoon or something other than your hand to swish it around in your tea. Ideally, you want every part of your paper to be covered, but since my bowl isn't quite the right size and I didn't get quite enough hot water, mine's not in there all the way, but it's still going to look really cool, and these spots that are sticking out of the tea are going to be a bit lighter, so it's going to look really sweet. And for the next step, you want to leave this sit for at least 5 minutes and pull any dog hairs that are floating in your tea out of your tea. Yuck! It's my dog, Coda. If you leave your paper sitting in the tea for a lesser amount of time, it will be a bit lighter in color. If you leave it in there for a little bit longer than 5 minutes, it's going to be a little bit darker. Just play around and see what you like. So the 5 minutes should be up now. Hopefully you got some time to walk around a little bit, stretch your legs, rinse out whatever you had your tea sitting in, maybe grab some more paper, or talk to your boyfriend that you haven't seen in a few months because he lives far away overseas and doesn't come to visit for another week or so. Anyways, you can now take your paper out carefully. Just grab it. Sorry, I'm like straddling my camera. And lay it down on your paper towel to dry. Make sure you have the wax paper underneath your paper towel, otherwise you're going to stain whatever surface the paper towel is sitting on, and you don't want to do that. Now from here, you could go ahead and burn the edges of this paper after it dries slightly. I'm not going to do that because I actually like the way it looks best this way, because it keeps its nice rectangular shape. If you burn the edges, it tends to become a bit irregular, and I think it looks a little strange. But let that dry, it's going to take a while, and when it's done, it should look a little something like this. Except for this paper was done in a rusty pan, which is why it has these little stain marks on it. So if you want little stain mark things on it, make sure you brew your tea and pour it into a rusty pan, and then set your paper in the rusty pan. But it should look something like this. You can roll it up, make it into a pirate treasure map. You can draw on it, you can write notes on it, you can make a message in a bottle and send it to someone you really like, or a friend you haven't seen in a while. Do lots of stuff with this paper, and it's good to have some on hand in case you just, you know, want to mix it up sometimes. Well guys, thank you for watching this very quick video tutorial. I wouldn't suggest drinking this tea after you've let your paper sit in it. You might want to dump that out. But yeah, that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to spread it around to any friends that you know that might appreciate this tutorial or find it helpful in any way, shape, or form, then please do that. That would be amazing. And if you guys want, you can leave a comment below letting me know what you plan on using this for. I actually have another video that's coming out here very shortly. I'll be working on it probably tomorrow. It's going to make use of some of this paper. So stay tuned for that. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Well, until next time, guys, remember to live life magically.